Hello there. Welcome to Alchemize Yourself Tarot. You guys have continued to be on guard against people who have a distorted perception of you. They see you through the lens of their egos, and they continue to cast a fog of illusion towards you, confusing you about your light and your purpose. They cause you to view yourself through this distortion. This may even be mirroring back to you doubts about yourself, insecurities about yourself. They may be gossiping, you may be feeling they're gossiping about you at this time, which is triggering you to be in your loner instincts. They may even try to approach you after they've cast you in this light, but you will see through it. You will see through this distortion. Also, you will be able to discern who sees you from the lens of your higher self versus those who see you through the lens of your insecurity, your false ego self. So you'll have people that mirror back these two sides of yourself. You have helped people that see you in your power, and they are here to support you. They see the truth about you. They see the higher self version of you. And they're here to support you in the new beginning that you're stepping into, which will relieve you of the past karma of self-doubt that puts you in this really defensive energy. So we're going to go deeper into the reality reflecting your internal state, because a lot of times what we're seeing are projections of other people's false self or mirroring back, false versions of ourself. We're living in a mirror of our internal states, how we view ourselves. This is why it's so important to understand how your energy is going to affect your external reality. So, what is the reality reflecting your internal state? What is the reality? We're going to go to the tarot to get some reflection, a mirror of the subconscious, what's going on here when we start to get in this really Seven of Wands defensive energy. What your life is reflecting back to you at this time. Do a little bit of insight with the cards. What is your life reflecting back to you at this point? Wheel of Fortune and Three of Wands. Okay, so there's an immediate shift, right? When you recognize your higher self, your higher alignment to your truth, things start to shift for you, right? Wheel of Fortune, Three of Wands. These are cards of forward movement, your plans being set into motion, you starting to trust yourself, you starting to trust the timeline that you are on. It also helps you to plan this forward motion, this forward movement. So your life is actually in a state of change. And I've been seeing that, like the Seven of Wands is there, but there's all this new stuff coming in. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, all the aces, right? Something is shifting. The seeds that you've planted for your new life, how you want your life to look, they're starting to sprout. They're starting to grow. Sun in Aries, we are entering Aries season. So as we shift into spring, the astrological new year, you're seeing yourself gaining momentum or your plans are gaining momentum. But what is the shadow that you've been avoiding? So there's definitely going to be a light and a shadow, right? That Seven of Wands indicates that you are having those feelings of defensiveness or restriction, right? Because you're still kind of being pulled into that past timeline a little bit, those fears and insecurity. So what is that? What is it that you're avoiding? What is it that you're avoiding? Queen of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So you're trying to overcome self-doubt. Queen of Wands is all about feeling very confident in your power, what you're wanting to create, putting yourself out there, being seen, overcoming insecurities about that. You've been avoiding falling back into patterns of insecurity because in the past you did have people and things in your environment mirroring back that insecurity. They were confirming all the self-doubt that you had. So they were just mirroring back something that was internal that you may have unconsciously been, you may not have been consciously aware of that. So you're avoiding going back into that pattern of blindfold, not seeing the truth, not seeing yourself clearly, living through insecurities and distortions. You're avoiding that. Some of you have the Seven of Wands is you avoiding shining your light. So some of you are torn between that. You're still tempted to fall back into that pattern. So it's very important that you continue to move beyond that. Stay confident. Be confident, right? You're avoiding falling back into worrying about what other people think of you, what they're saying. All of those things that would, pull you back into feeling stuck, feeling trapped, isolation, which you needed to go through the Hermit energy for a period. This is how you were able to have a lot of personal growth, that now this is where you saw the truth, that you could move through it, move through those insecurities about what you're wanting to do here. Three of Wands is all about your future, expectation, moving on, moving forward with that Wheel of Fortune. What is the strength that you have yet to claim, or what? Oh, Six of Cups and Page of Swords. There's a truth about your past. You're going to get some incoming information or new awareness about your past. Because see, your past may have contained a lot of distortions, failings, things that, kept you stuck on your faults, your failings, right? There's this emotional connection to that, right? To those insecurities, those patterns, because we have emotional reactions to our external experiences, our environment, the things people say to us. So there's this new awareness about your past, new insight. You may even be finding out someone could come in and give you a message or talk to you about something that happened in your past. But you're not claiming the strength, a truth, awareness about what happened in the past. Like I said, there was all these distortions based on how people treated you, the things they said to you, how they behaved around you. There was a distortion about that. And you're needing to claim the new awareness. So Page of Swords is somebody gathering new information, hearing new things, getting new insights about an emotional distortion in your past. Let's say friendships that didn't work out, or relationships that didn't work out, or not that they didn't work out all the time, but just your connection to other people, your experiences, this could even be childhood experiences that are coming back up for you. So, rediscovering the pattern, getting to the root of that pattern. What was a repeating pattern? Because Eight of Swords is definitely something that got you stuck in your head, got you stuck in that distortion to begin with. What was a repeated pattern? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that you're in the process of breaking it. What was that repeated? What was the repeated pattern? Ace of Swords. A truth. A distortion of the truth. Other people's truth. Other people's perception and reality. But with the Ace of Swords being here, I'm getting a lot of aces lately, and I'm thinking that there's new information. Cutting the cords, filling new cup, having new ideas. The repeating pattern was something that was being said or something that you were listening to. The information you were getting was reinforcing you feeling stuck and trapped in that narrative. And you're being given a sword so that you can cut out that narrative and replace it with a new narrative. And it's not like we're living in false realities, or, it's not about, this is about having clear, truthful awareness about yourself and your place in your life, your reality, versus how other people are perceiving you to be. You are listening too much to that information, whether it be from those people, media, reinforcing something, your childhood education or programming that was reinforcing that insecurity. But it was very strong. It really rooted deep into your psyche with that Six of Cups. You became very attached to that way of thinking. And what's breaking the cycle? What is breaking it? What is breaking that cycle? We have the Page of Cups and the Lovers. You have a new person coming in. Many of you have a new lover coming in. Somebody that's sees you differently than the past person. They treat you differently. They listen. They communicate differently. It's, actually, this is the Page of Coins. So, learning a lesson regarding a new person. Some of you are choosing new partners. You're learning a lesson about past relationships. And that's breaking a cycle. Sometimes when we meet a new person, especially after a period of failed relationships or toxic relationships, it can really shift our perception of ourselves. People have that's why the way we treat other people is so important. It can be life-changing. The way we talk to people, the way we engage and interact. That's why it's so important, because it can have a ripple effect in how they respond to the world, how we mirror our experiences back to one another. Relationships act as a mirror because there's an exchange, right, of energy. And many of you feel seen for the first time, or you're going to feel like someone understands you. They relate to you. They get you. They get it. And this is really going to break you out of a cycle of relationships and partnerships that weren't supportive of you, because right now you're entering a season where things are more supportive of plans and ideas. And I saw that there was an Ace of Cups. There was like this new love, a friend, somebody that you really left a very good impression on. So it could be a past person, not someone that you've had a relationship with yet, but somebody that you've known, somebody that you've had a really positive influence on. Yeah, because the new beginning you're stepping into will relieve you of past karma. So this is actually exciting. This could definitely be a love or partnership, right? Because I see the love as a decision, choosing relationships that mirror back this new version of yourself, the confident side of yourself. The timeline that you actually want to be on. Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, right? And the reality waiting on the other side of all of this is the King of Coins. Ooh, so you got to have, stability, somebody that's very protective and grounded, somebody stable. Somebody that's going to be very supportive of you, wealth, abundance, long-term stability. So Page of Coins, see, many of you were underestimating yourself. Page, you were approaching your relationships from the place or perception of the page. And there's nothing wrong with a page, but it was underestimating your true value and worth. On the other side of this, you become the King of Coins. Or you're not engaging with page energy anymore. You're leveling up, King of Coins. You've learned that lesson, because relationships can really keep you kind of stuck in a lower frequency or vibration of always learning, always struggling, always trying to overcome an insecurity or self-doubt. Pages still have all of that. They're still youthful, right? They're kind of still stuck in some of their past wounding. You're not anymore, right? You're having the external world mirror back to you your true worth and value. King of Coins, Queen of Wands. I mean, that's incredible. Isn't it crazy how when you refine your internal state, when you let go of insecurities and old wounds and old narratives, how much the energy can shift? And it does take time. This is not necessarily something that happens overnight, but I've seen it in my own life, just a change in my attitude, right? Like, you'll notice it, just a change in your attitude for the day, how much it can shift your external reality, how you're engaging with people, how you show up. So I want to get some portals. I want to get a little bit deeper here on what is reflecting your renewed, healed internal state at this time. Uproot bad habits. You have let bad habits take hold of your life. It's time to uproot them and start fresh if you want to see a positive change in your life. So this is about uprooting bad habits, old patterns. The habit of not feeling good enough is a big one. That Eight of Swords. That bad habit of doubting yourself, feeling hurt, feeling wounded, feeling like you're trapped where you are. That's a powerful thing. Some of you, it's even physical habits, how you take care of yourself, your body, your mind. What are you feeding your body? What are you feeding your mind? And also we have, you are enough. You are enough. You're the Queen of Wands, the King of Coins. You are enough. There's nothing to be fixed. Your authentic self is complete and whole. Don't ever doubt who you are. See, you were doubting who you are. This is about rediscovering who you always have been before you were programmed to doubt yourself. So you're realizing you are enough. You are abundant. You are light. You are beautiful. Don't ever doubt that. You were made to doubt that at some point. And happy ending. Oh, wow. Could be a very happy ending. Though it may not seem like it now, you will accomplish far more than you could ever imagine. Your story will have a happy ending. You're going to find the right person because you're shifting your reality. You're shifting your view of yourself. You believe that you're valuable and worthy of that shift. Happy ending. Something's definitely changing for you guys in a big, big way. But there was a reason you became protective for a while. And you did that introspection. You did that inner work. And it's really been paying off for you, helping you go through this. So have faith. Have faith that all of this is playing out, all how it was meant to. So, thank you for watching and liking and subscribing and sharing. And I'll see you again. Bye.